The ancient station drifted through the void like a tomb. Commander Tarek stood before the massive wall of symbols, his 4 eyes narrowing in frustration. For 300 years, the greatest minds in the galaxy had tried to decipher these markings. All had failed. Another translation device burned out, Dr. Mira announced, her crystalline form flickering with disappointment. The sophisticated scanner in her hands sparked and died. That's the 5th one this week. Tarek clicked his mandibles in irritation. The symbols covered every surface of the station, twisting, curling patterns that seemed to mock anyone who looked at them. Some scientists claimed the symbols moved when no one was watching. Others said they heard whispers in their sleep. The Council has made a decision, Tarek said. They're sending humans. Myra's light dimmed. Humans? The species that barely left their own solar system 50 years ago? We have no other options, Tarek replied. Every advanced civilization has failed. Perhaps a fresh perspective will help. 3 days later, the human ship arrived. Captain James stepped onto the station with his small team. Behind him walked Anna, a linguist with kind eyes, and Tom, an engineer who carried only basic tools. Welcome, Tarek said, his voice dripping with doubt. We've prepared our most advanced equipment for your use. James looked at the wall of symbols and smiled. We won't need it. Anna, what do you think? The linguist approached the wall slowly. While other species had brought machines and scanners, she carried only a notebook and pencil. She reached out and touched the symbols gently. They're warm, she said. And look, this pattern repeats every 12 marks. That's not random. Myra floated closer. Our computers analyzed those patterns for decades. They found nothing. Maybe that's the problem, Tom said. He pulled out a simple electromagnetic reader, the kind human children used in school. When he held it near the symbols, they pulsed with soft light. Your advanced technology is too complex. These symbols react to basic frequencies. Tarek watched in disbelief as the humans worked. They didn't use artificial intelligence or quantum processors. Instead, Anna drew the symbols by hand, noting their curves and angles. James stood back and looked at the wall from different positions. Tom experimented with mirrors and simple lights. This is ridiculous, Myra whispered to Tarek. They're using Stone Age methods. But something was happening. The symbols that had remained dark for centuries began to glow faintly wherever the humans touched them. Anna worked through the night, filling pages with observations. These aren't just symbols, she explained to James. They're mathematical sequences disguised as art. See? Every third symbol represents a prime number. James tilted his head, viewing the wall from an angle. And they're three-dimensional. We've been reading them wrong. You need to look at them from above and below at the same time. Tom built a simple mirror system using polished metal plates. When he positioned them around the symbols, the reflected light created new patterns in the air. The 3 humans stood together, combining their observations. Anna read the mathematical sequences. James interpreted the 3-dimensional shapes. Tom adjusted the mirrors to capture every angle. Suddenly, the symbols blazed with brilliant light. Words formed in the air, not in any alien language, but in pure meaning that everyone could understand. Those who seek with humble minds shall find. Commander Tarek's mandibles fell open. Dr. Mira's crystalline form pulsed with shock. In 72 hours, humans had achieved what the galaxy's greatest civilizations couldn't accomplish in 3 centuries. There's more, Anna said, her voice trembling with excitement. These symbols are coordinates. They're pointing to something deeper in the station. The team followed the glowing symbols through ancient corridors. They led to a sealed chamber that opened at their approach. Inside lay an archive, thousands of crystalline data storage devices arranged in perfect rows. A hologram flickered to life above the archive. It showed an ancient being, neither human nor any known alien species. You have proven worthy, the hologram spoke. We built this test for those who would inherit our knowledge. Advanced civilizations rely on their tools and forget how to think. They see with machines, not minds. But you remembered the value of simple observation. The hologram displayed a star map covered with similar symbols. Hundreds of them, scattered across the galaxy. This is only the beginning. James whispered. Tarek approached the humans, his posture humble. We underestimated your species. Forgive us. Anna smiled. You just forgot that sometimes the simplest solution is the right one. The final symbol on the wall translated clearly. The inheritors must be worthy, not merely advanced. James looked at his team, then at the star map floating before them. Somewhere out there, more ancient secrets waited, and humanity had just proven they were ready to find them. We have a lot of reading to do, he said. Asterisk, the news spread across the galaxy like wildfire. Humanity, the newcomers who still used primitive rockets, had solved the ancient mystery. Within weeks, every major civilization wanted human translators on their research teams. Captain James stood in the council chamber, facing dozens of alien ambassadors. Their eyes gleamed with newfound respect and barely hidden greed. We offer you technology beyond your dreams, said Ambassador Krell, a reptilian diplomat from the core worlds. Join our expedition to the second site. Our universities will pay millions for human linguists, added Minister Vex, her tentacles waving eagerly. James raised his hand for silence. We'll share what we learn with everyone. But we work independently. The council erupted in protests, but Tarek stepped forward. The humans have earned that right. We will support their mission. 2 months later, James, Anna, and Tom arrived at the second ancient site, a massive ring structure orbiting a dead star. This station was even older than the first, and the symbols here pulsed with an eerie blue light. These are different, Anna observed, running her fingers across the markings. More complex. They're layered. Dr. Myra had joined their team, along with a young engineer named Ben from Earth. The crystalline scientist had learned to appreciate human methods, even if she didn't fully understand them. My scans show 7 layers of symbols overlapping, Mira reported. Each layer seems to operate on a different frequency. Tom set up his simple equipment while Ben unpacked something new, a collection of colored glass pieces. I brought these from Earth, Ben explained. Different colors filter different wavelengths of light. Maybe each layer responds to a specific color. It was such a basic idea that the advanced aliens had never considered it. Ben held red glass up to the symbols. Some markings glowed brighter while others faded. Blue glass revealed different patterns. Green showed yet another layer. Brilliant, Myra whispered. We've been trying to see everything at once. You're isolating each message. Anna worked with each color filter, documenting what appeared. The symbols told 7 different stories, each building on the last. James arranged them in order, and slowly a picture emerged. This isn't just an archive, James said. It's a history. The ancient civilization was showing us their rise and fall. The first layer showed a peaceful species exploring the stars. The second revealed their technological achievements. The third depicted their contact with other races. But the fourth layer made everyone go silent. What is that? Tarek asked, his voice trembling. The symbols showed darkness, a force that consumed worlds and left nothing behind. The ancient civilization had fought it and lost. The fifth layer showed their desperate plan. Hide their knowledge and create tests that only certain minds could solve. They were searching for someone, Anna said softly. Someone who could think differently. Someone who hadn't forgotten how to see clearly. The sixth layer contained coordinates again, but also a warning written in mathematical precision. Tom calculated the numbers, and his face went pale. The darkness they fought. It's coming back. These coordinates show its path through the galaxy. It moves in cycles, returning every million years. When does it return? Myra asked. Ben checked the calculations twice. 500 years. Maybe less. The council chamber fell into chaos when the humans presented their findings. Some ambassadors denied it. Others panicked. A few accused humans of lying to gain power, but James stood firm. The ancients left us a path to follow. Each site contains pieces of knowledge, weapons, shields, strategies. They're teaching us how to fight. Why didn't they just tell us directly? Krell demanded. Because knowing isn't enough, Kana explained. We need to understand. Each puzzle teaches us to think in ways we've forgotten. The ancients knew that only species who could solve these riddles would have the flexibility to face what's coming. The seventh layer confirmed Anna's words. It showed the final message, and this time James translated it for everyone. Asterisk. You have found our warnings. Now you must find our weapons. But knowledge alone will not save you. You must learn to see what others cannot. You must remember that wisdom comes not from tools, but from the mind that wields them. The hologram activated again, showing the ancient being from the first sight. But this time, it pointed directly at the humans. Your isolation was not accident, it said. We preserved your world, kept it hidden from the galaxy until you were needed. You developed without our technology, without our mistakes. You still remember how to think. Tears ran down Anna's face. They were protecting us, preparing us. The hologram showed a new star map. 20 more sites glowed across the galaxy, each one containing pieces of the puzzle. But why only show humans? Vex asked, why not reveal everything to all of us? Tom smiled sadly. Because we're not special. We're just less broken. Any species can learn what we know, but you have to unlearn your dependency first. The ancients made sure of that by designing puzzles that technology can't solve. Tarek approached James and placed a hand on his shoulder. Then teach us. Show us how to see as you do. That's exactly what we'll do, James replied. We'll visit every site together, humans and aliens working side by side. We'll solve these puzzles as a galaxy, not as separate species. Because when that darkness returns, we'll need every mind thinking clearly. The council voted unanimously. Joint expeditions would visit all 20 sites. Human methods would be taught in every school. The galaxy would learn to solve problems without hiding behind machines. As the meeting ended, Anna stood before the symbols one last time. They pulsed gently, as if satisfied. Do you think we can do it? Ben asked. Can we really prepare in time? Anna touched the ancient markings and smiled. The ancients thought so. They left us everything we need. Now we just have to prove them right. The symbols flared bright one final time, revealing a hidden message that only appeared when someone touched them with hope in their heart. The worthy will rise. The humble will prevail. And those who see clearly will light the way. James gathered his team. 20 sites waited. 500 years seemed like a long time, but the ancients had left centuries of knowledge to absorb. The real work was just beginning. Ready? He asked. Anna closed her notebook. Tom packed his simple tools. Ben collected his colored glass. Myra flickered with determination. Tarek clicked his mandibles in agreement. Ready, they answered together. The human ship departed from the ring station, followed by vessels from every corner of the galaxy. Behind them, the ancient symbols dimmed, their message delivered. Humanity had solved the puzzle. Now they had to save the galaxy. And for the first time in 1,000,000 years, the darkness returning from deep space would find something it had never encountered before, a united galaxy that remembered how to think. Asterisk.